Hi everyone, my name's Cody.
I'm Casey.
And this is our bus. We just got it, pulled it in 2 days ago. We haven't done any work on it yet. Really wanted to kind of rest and figure some things out, but it is a 23 foot 1984, that's our chickens. 1984 International S1723, which is a lot. Or in other terms, it's either a schoolmaster, an international harvester. The chickens are screaming at us. We got velociraptors. And we're gonna turn it into our home. It's gonna need a lot of work, a lot of sanding. We've got to tear all of the internals out.
There's no seats at least.
Yeah, thankfully there's no seats. Let me give you a quick rundown of everything. Okay, so here it is. There was furniture. So the previous owner was not the owner that did all of these modifications. That was actually done by someone else. There was furniture here.
Excuse you.
Velociraptors. There's furniture here. Let's back up. There we go. There's furniture here. These are the roof rails that he intended on putting up there. Fire extinguisher, a vent. We've got windows that they put a latex paint on the outside. I was told it was because privacy. But you can see like we've got some gaps that we got to fill. Not a whole lot of rust, thankfully, around the doors, which I was really impressed. There's rust back there underneath the emergency door, which I see a lot in school buses. Here is the oldest chair I've ever seen. It is a manual. I drove it. I've never driven a manual before, ever, and that's kind of what we're dealing with. This is just stuff that was here. This is ours. We're definitely going to be wearing masks today. All those switches work except for the ones that have the Band-Aids on them. I'm fairly confident that was because either they didn't fix the heater or they removed the emergency flashers, which this one has, but they painted over. You can see there's the hood. So let's go around and show you the outside. Okay, so as you can see, these are the steepest stairs alive. Tires are in decent shape. I don't know when they were replaced last. There's definitely rust. You can see we've got to do some body work there, but that's honestly fairly minimal. The fiberglass on here needs some body filler. Obviously, we need to redo the paint. I'm going to try to get my hands on replacements of these. All the lights work. That was a big thing. These headlights are really bright. You can see they painted over those. I don't know why. They didn't do a great job painting, which is okay. Like, we're going to be completely repainting it. To get it in, as you can see, it's a big bus. Not as big as a lot of the ones I've seen. Like, we personally wanted to go smaller. You can see almost no rust on that externally exposed bit there, which, like, that's kind of what drew me to this. Also, it was like a hand-me-down. Like, look at the gap. That's weird. So we're going to try to find a new version of that or make our own. Also, there's these. I don't know if the person who had it before put it on. I believe so. Because there's also this. And this, whatever this was supposed to be. So, as you can see, a lot of the body filler needs to be carved out. It needs to be repainted. We built these to get it in because we got about a foot gap. And we had to get it in here. But when we originally measured everything, we really thought we were going to be able to get a much bigger bus in. But as you can see, we didn't. And we were really happy that we were able to get this bus in the shape it is. As you can see, like the tape covering wires, which is really strange. All the lights work again. You can see the latex paint coming off. We were told that, all this overspray. We were told that the reason this one is uncovered, don't worry, I'm picking that up. The reason that one was uncovered was because someone was trying to see in, but I think it was just because they probably just painted it with latex paint and didn't clean anything first. But it drives, works real well. No complaints besides I don't know how to drive stick, and I somehow got a stick this thing home. So this is Bosco, and we're gonna start tearing them up today.
So you can see what they're seeing?
Yep. Okay. Some of these windows don't open. So we've got a WD-40 product. If you could hand me that, Casey.
Oh, sure.
So like I said, some of these just don't open. They're stuck. So we're gonna spray some in there just in case something happened. The person we bought it from says that they believe that it was due to the paint. I will say the one thing, it does have electrical. I was kind of hoping there would have been like some like random inverter that we could have used and saved some money on. So far, our hope is to have a full bed, our bed that we have. We're trying to reduce cost everywhere. So we're going to be taking a lot of the stuff that we already own and injecting it into the bus. So that's what we're hoping. Obviously, things change, plans will change. We'll see where it goes from there. But so far, we're just kind of figuring it out. Oh.
Hey.
Okay, so let's show you what we saw. So when they put the paint up, look how much overspray is there. Like my phone, like, so that's pretty much what we're gonna have to do with every window, which is a little insane. Well, at least those two. There we are. Hey, because they all come out, and then we're gonna, when it's not raining, because it is gonna start raining here pretty soon. The Saharan dust is about to hit our area, so we have to kind of be prepared for this one because she's got allergies, and that's why we have a mask ready, so when we start taking stuff apart, she doesn't get all that dust in here, and then also the pollen and stuff out there. Okay, we're headed to the hardware store. We got to pick a few things up. I think that's where we're going to leave it for today because it is getting gross out. It's starting to get gross. The temp rose quite a bit since we went inside and had lunch. We got some food, some liquids in us. It's not that we weren't feeling good, but with it being in the higher 80s to low 90 Fahrenheit, it's super, and plus like where the bus is located behind our house, there's not a lot of crosswind, and so trying to get it taken care of, it creates a really muggy and like hot experience. I don't take heat very well. I'm fairly susceptible. that the right, how you say that? To heat stroke. We were in Florida not too long ago, and I was just outside. It wasn't particularly hot, but I couldn't, there's no breeze. And so I dropped, unfortunately. But we're headed to the store. All right.
Woo, hello.
We made it. We're getting some paint supplies, mainly paint remover. What do you think won't break the bank, but will work well? I think one of these roll-ons might be smoother. Yeah, we can grab one of those. All right.
Woo, hello.
We made it. We're getting some paint supplies, mainly paint remover. All right, but that will be left for tomorrow, and we'll catch up to you guys then. Whoosh. Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Transition. I'm getting good at it. So we went and got tools yesterday. The few things that we got included a pry bar, some scrapey scrapes, some all sorts of fun stuff. The one thing that we used yesterday that wasn't great, like we shouldn't have done it, but we didn't think about it because we didn't really contemplate it, was one of these. Safety's on. But I'll have to learn how to close it correctly. Oh, hey, there we go.
Ooh, fancy.
So this will help us with cutting up the carpet as much as possible. We got our better scissors out here. We've got some scrapers to try to get some of the other stuff off on the inside of the bus. On the outside, we got a big old jug of paint remover. I keep saying thinner, whatever. Got some new drill bits. We also got a really nice pry bar. So we're gonna get started. The goal today, at least try to get up the rest of the carpet. And essentially like get rid of the box. Like that's our goal today. So we're gonna try to get that done as quickly and carefully as possible. So let's get started. The battery died within like 30 minutes or so. And I don't know when exactly it died. But we got quite a bit done so far. So we've got almost all the wood, at least these. It's gonna take some time to get that out. Yeah. And then I'm working on this, and you can see all the gubbins that was left behind. This needs to be sanded and treated accordingly. This is what I absolutely love about this. You can see this is the color he painted it, but that was like insulation that he had duct taped on here. And I pulled it off thinking that the GoPro was still going. But you can see, no, not so much. He just painted over it and didn't treat any of this. I assume if it had been painted, this wouldn't have been an issue. I hope, because he did paint quite a bit of it. He didn't do he didn't do all the underbody, and there's some rust under there that needs to be sanded. Which it doesn't look like it's gonna rain anymore, which is good. But this is everything we've taken out so far. We are most likely gonna reuse a lot of the wood, because I feel like the wood is still good. Like that one isn't, obviously. But some of the big pieces aren't tore up, so we might reuse that. Okay, we are getting there. This is where we're at now. And we'll start here. Look at that. Oh my gosh, there's rust. This is far better than I expected. It is bad over here, which you can see the previous owner had patched it. I don't know how well. You can see like the area here, not great, but fixable. That's all, we can fix that. We've got tools, we've got the equipment to convert this rust back to usable material. The last owner did not cover the seats where the holes were. The holes where the seats were. I said that correctly. But so we've got epoxy. We had some hard times getting here. All the fabric, all the carpet's out though. All the wood is out. That is apparently where the heater used to be, and the person before just linked it back. It was like, all right, that's cool, whatever, don't care. We're getting there.
It's hot.
All right, so we're gonna end it for today, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Good morning, everyone. So, oh, there's a metal thing there. What you doing under there?
Fixing rust holds.
Gross.
Yeah.
All suited up?
For the most part. This is what should have happened. This is what should have happened when they were messing with rust.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's okay though. We're
Smelly.
fixing it now.
And my job is to put the paint remover on those windows with that ladder, paintbrush, and you know, the thingy that you put the paint into. And yeah, so that'll be fun.
All right, so I started the process. There was a few spots that I was worried about, which were actually not as big as I thought. I've got the rust converter on there. I've got to wait for it to dry. Once it dries, I can hit it with an undercoating to protect it. Up top, everything's getting sanded down and then rust converted, and then will be new metal placed over it. I'm not going to convert everything, at least like when it comes down to like, I'm not going to like completely cut that stuff out, because it is still good metal. It's still nice and thick. It's just rusted on top, and I want to make sure I can prevent that. So Casey's been working on the windows.
I got this one covered in the paint remover. You can see it bubbling around the edges.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yep. But on the other side, we'll have windows again.
Yes. Hopefully you don't mind there being some paint remover on the black.
Black's getting removed as well, so
Cool.
it's not really a worry. Getting there?
Yeah. It's still got to sit for another 10 minutes.
Gotcha. So for this next clip, please do not follow in my footsteps. I'm wearing Crocs and shorts, and just, no, don't do it. All right. It's coming up. It's not as bad. It's just gonna take a lot of time and effort. But you can see there's a spot there. There's some spotting there, but I did, like I said, it's not gonna go up. I gotta clean all this up. The underside is coated. I didn't record down there because I didn't want to bring a camera down there. But this is really the only panel and only spot that rust really hit. There's definitely some spots up front that I showed, but I think overall this is not bad. I'll take this over like the frame being completely rotten through, or I wouldn't have bought it if the frame was completely rotten through. This stuff is gonna happen. Here's Casey's work so far. Look at that. That's so cool. So it's supposed to rain here soon, and we're hoping we can get at least one side of the bus done by then. So you can see it's cloudy, it's not as hot, but the temperature is supposed to drop by like 10 or 15 degrees right as the storm hits, which is always like kind of worrisome. That's why I'm kind of hoping we can get some of this stuff done well before that. Because we also have to still throw away all the carpet we removed yesterday. We didn't do that. We bagged it up and got it going, but that's about as far as we went. So wish us luck. The camera was messing up and I didn't get the big reveal there. It's all right, we've got plenty of windows. Just, like, look how quick that, just 15 minutes. This is good stuff. Well, you can see that way now. You can see how thick it all was. It stops.
It might start going once I vibrate a little bit.
They look like varicose veins.
Yeah.
And here we are so far. Today is going to be a lazy Sunday for us. We're not going to do a whole lot. I got some of that stuff done underneath. I have to order some more rust converter. As you can see, I'm covered in metal flakes and rust and all sorts of fun stuff because it's getting warmer as the day progresses, and it's making it really hard to breathe in those respirators or even just a mask itself. And because it's kind of required when you're messing with that kind of stuff, I needed to make sure I did that. But we have actual windows now and not just painted up latex bits. So that's that side. I did get a chance. Also, not wearing normal shoes today because I knew I wasn't going to be out here that long. But I was able to get this scraped up and put down. Under these holes is an undercoating, so they're not, like, they're still loud. But over this is where I'm going to put galvanized steel, cover those up. We've got epoxy and everything. So once we get all of this squared up, sanded down, we're going to fill all of these holes and make it as good as we possibly can. Like, that area already looks better and I just scraped that. That area is getting new steel. This whole back section, boom, boom, is getting new steel. I also have, new, like, window weather stripping to go around the doors. As you can see, the old weather stripping isn't touching anymore. So what I'm gonna do is I've got a lot of it coming. So I'm gonna fill all of this area with brand new weather stripping, clean it up, brand new weather stripping. Eventually we're gonna clear out all that like I've talked about before. Once we get the floors and everything ready, that's where we're gonna start pulling the walls. So, like, we're gonna start pulling all of this siding, the ceiling. We want to put in different pretty much everything. We want to be able to redo this whole back part. Should be coming off to give us a little bit more space if we can. Emergency doors getting new weather or window treatments, but it does look a lot brighter in here, which I really enjoy. But yeah, any holes, anything is gonna get bondoed, or I've got some steel mesh coming as well. And the steel mesh should help out quite a bit. So I'm really excited. I think so far it's going really well. The only other thing we've got to remove is this stuff. The old electrical. I've got to figure out where it all starts and where it goes. Also was told that this was the where the old heater was somewhere in this area, and then the previous owner just looped it back instead of deleting it completely from up in there and removing all this. But Casey's got a bucket of water and a sponge. She's gonna clean up some of the excess. We're gonna do these windows tomorrow. But like I said, today is a rest day. We have been going kind of harder, and with it being so hot and no breeze, it's getting a little rough. We really wanted to get the windows at least somewhat taken care of and a lot of the dust out of this thing before we added like a fan, because I don't want dust blowing up in the air even more so. So we're gonna get our vacuum out as much as we can. I'm gonna sand some more with proper shoes and pants so it doesn't kick up onto my legs. And then honestly, we're gonna be doing it. I'm really excited. I gotta pull up a lot. But yeah, we're good.